Good evening. Glad to see everybody here. Glad to see everybody out that's taking part in regards to such a good event. In regards to representation of the Seminole Nation. Just real quick before going further, I want to thank the Native American Caucus, Dana, Emma Marshall for your invocation, Mark Williams for the videos, and then for the judges, your representation and representing us as well here at this forum. And then everybody that's here in this building representing the Seminole Nation or whomever you might be representing, we're so honored that you are here. One thing before I go further, I want to just engage with you because it is so very important here as we look at this and we set down the foundation of this. It's very intense, the understanding of it, the decisions that are made each and every day. But you guys being here is so important and key for us all moving forward as a nation. We need to have more involvement with our nation. To give you an example, when we had the last election, there was approximately about 1,000 people that voted for the election. We have a little over 18,000 members. Now, of those 18,000 members, that's less than 10% that came out to vote. Now, we need to have some change in that. We need to collectively look. If we want to make change for this nation, we need to have more people to get involved with our nation to be able to put us in a position to move forward. It's not about just us here. It's about you. It's about the development. It's about the foundation of this nation and how we can move it forward. So I just wanted to share that with you because that's the truth of the numbers. The numbers went 694 and 331 in the Chiefs election last year, or the last election. So that gives you just a basic number of it. At 1,800 people need to vote for us in regards to that. Just real quick, I know she said I had just 3 minutes. This has been one challenging term. I know that before the candidates, I want to also thank the assistant chief candidates as well for them coming up and trying to put forward a great foot for the Seminole Nation as well. But in regards to coming in, I came in with a $296,000 fine, $500,000 in debt to our health provider. Not knowing the fundamentals of how we're supposed to function and how we're supposed to handle that, decisions have to be made in order to be able to construct ourselves and to be able to get ourselves into a platform to be able to function financially. All right, not only that, coming into the next year, we had a $225,000 fine. Now, those fines that you're dealing with, not only are you trying to make the adjustments to be able to deal with all the different things that come at you internally, now let's fast forward, and we've been able to get the foundation of our financials under control. We're no longer in the black, no longer in the red. We're currently in the black financially. And I can take care, I can see that on a day-to-day basis. But now there's one other thing here that you don't prepare for and you don't understand is coming at you. One of those things is you have to make tough decisions, such as the gaming compact. You have to stand because you're having to stand against not only that, you're standing against the state of Oklahoma because the state of Oklahoma wants to tear something away at us. That's the most important thing that we have to offer. And we have to offer our kids, and that's our sovereignty. Now, if we understand sovereignty and the key value of that, there's no question how important that is because that's our inherent right as a tribal member. Now, not only that came at us, now also understanding that COVID came at us. And there's been questions about that as well. But the other one, I have 1 minute left. The other one that is the biggest impact of all of you guys sitting in this room. There was a decision that came down with an agreement in principle. The agreement in principle had to have a decision made. And that decision was made to stand for the word sovereignty. And that sovereignty is the key ingredient for all of us here this evening. Now, I know we're in a political situation, but those decisions were made to protect you as a tribal member and to protect your children, your grandchildren, and those elements that play a significant part for this nation. And it's still being stood today. We're still standing against that element right now because it is definitely in our view, and we're dealing with it all the time. There's other elements out there that
the only candidate of all candidates that's going to take the floor this evening that has served in the executive leadership position and as a legislative leadership position as well. These things that I've established over the years and my experiences actually will bring me forward to be able to continue to lead. And the leading of the Seminole Nation is in an era of time, at this time in our history of Indian country. We are in an era that has never been before. We have a reservation that has never been established. At the last term, I spoke of things of this nature. Many people called them a battlefield at that time. What you need as a leader is someone who can see the vision and see what's coming down the pipeline. And the areas of the federal government, and the areas of the state government, and the areas of the tribal government as well. And you have that person standing before you this day, and Lewis Johnson. Because I don't wait until something starts to happen. I already have a vision and well of areas to know what's happening, the knowledge to be able to bring it forth. And I definitely have the welfare to be able to work with the council. I was chairman of many of the very vital committees, like the Constitution Revision Committee, the Codification Committee, and when this tribal council with a lot more elders than what we have sitting on the council today, they needed someone to go be a witness in the courts in Washington, D.C. I was a young man back then. They chose me, and I was proud to be able to be chosen at that time to do that. So have I been groomed? I've waited my time. I've waited my turn. I'm the eldest of all these candidates here that's before you this day. And I no longer have the experience, I also have an imparted wisdom to be able to honor our ways and our customs, and at the same time operate in a manner and way that's professional and shared with the tribal membership. So, consistently committed to community is what I am. I have an extensive knowledge of tribal history and culture, and I am steadfast for sovereignty, and I'm Seminole strong as well. You know, there was a question asked an assistant chief who here could not go to another tribe if they so wanted. I've heard different candidates over the years say if I was another tribe, I would go to it. And they usually use the benchmark of the Chickasaw Nation when it was to the south. For most of you who know me, I'm Chickasaw by blood, but I'm here in the Seminole Nation because Lewis Johnson wants to be here in the Seminole Nation. I've been here in the Seminole Nation. I work with our community, and I know I'm the most experienced candidate that stands before you today as far as tribal affairs are concerned, and I will stand for the nation.
I am the daughter of Thomas C. Wagney and the late Tony Davis. I belong to the Mississippi Band and the Hoboken Clan, and my heart belongs to the Geoff Friends in New Tulsa. I grew up in the Varna community most of my life. I grew up around here and in this town. I graduated from Varna High School. I attended Daytona College and Haskell, where I received my associate's degree. I currently reside in our tribal housing for the last 14 years. I've been happily married to George Eslett for the last 12 and a half years, and we have 3 beautiful children. I'm going to start with an opening quote with Joanne Chuba. Leadership is not a person or position. It is a complex moral relationship between people based on trust, obligation, and commitment, emotion, and shared vision of the good. Not only have I given my full commitment to my band, who elected me as their council representative these last 2 terms, but I also took on oath to defend our Constitution, to uphold the democracy of the people and of this nation. I've had the honor to sit on our council the last 8 years, allowing me to be the voice of my band and to fight for the vindication of the rights of my people. I've also witnessed brutality to come to those who spoke up, who argued for the betterment of the tribe. Knowing my days were counted with a possible attempt of my own removal for being a voice of the people, it did not stop me from speaking up and asking questions. Even during a worldwide pandemic, the people were in the dark. A time the nation needed to come together to combat a virus that was taking our elders, our young adults, our blood, and our communities. The majority of the council were in the dark. The executive was silent. not how our ancestors envisioned its leaders to treat its people. We need to focus and identify all the areas in the nation that need to be restored. We have so much potential to bring in revenue to help our current programs, to build up new programs and serve our people across the U.S. with the young and elders. The person with the right vision and heart to fight for the people will bring back this nation and allow you to be proud to say you belong to the great Seminole nation of Oklahoma. The person to seek out those business ventures, to go for the fundings and grants, possible partnerships, and under this new ruling, taxation enforcements. We have given those with degrees, political titles, religions, and promises of growth for better from men. Now it's time to give a woman a chance, a woman who will speak on your behalf and who will not ignore you. Do you tell your daughters that they can't become police officers or astronauts because they are a woman? Or do you tell your daughters they can be whatever they want? Do you tell your daughters, your young adult daughters who are newlyweds, that they are to stand behind their husband, that they are to be seen and not heard? Do you tell her that she is only there to raise the children and to be in the home? Or do you tell her to stand next to her husband, to guide them in the direction that they are to go? To stand in front of him when he is needing guidance and to carry him when he is in darkness back up into the light next to her. Women have every right to fight for the people at the executive level as the chief. Women have the instinctive care to be more honest, to have more effective communication, to bring teamwork efforts where it is needed, and to have fresh new outlooks and skills to the table. It is with hopes tonight you will hear the sincerity of my answers and the want to preserve and strengthen